Good morning. I'm Jonathan Barratt and welcome to the week ahead report for Commodity Broking Services. Obviously it's Monday, so we like to get into the week, see what we've got coming up, a little bits of data. And also it's a good idea to recap after the 2 days off as to what happened on Friday, and also to set ourselves right for what's going to happen during the week. We'll also look at a few trades which we're currently on, just to see where we might exit those or even add to positions. So it's the week ahead report. And obviously this is on our YouTube, CBS channel, and yeah, you can have a look on there for all our other bits and pieces. So let's dive right in, have a bit of a recap. What happened on Friday night. Some really good unemployment data in the States, and that's something we have been looking for some time. So let's just have a quick look at that. There we go. Just coming up. All right, okay, just a quick recap. There we are, it's our favourite channel there, recapping as to what's happened. I guess as you know, the Dow closed up 122 points at 10,566. The S&P was up 15, the Nasdaq up 34, quite positive there. And purely that was looks to be on the back of some good upbeat economic data. It was actually a little bit better than expected. The rate stayed at 9.7%. Where are you there? 9.7%, and the actual number of jobs lost was 36,000. The market was anticipating a much larger drop, so that gave a little bit of sign there that things were quite positive or getting positive, and encouraged some good trades, particularly in the crude oil, which is something we've been looking at for some time, and certainly are long on that market, and probably looking to get longer as well. Okay, so that's it. Just have a quick look at Europe. Europe, you probably no doubt know, was also a little bbit better bid, up 2.1%. Obviously concerns there abating from what's happening in Greece, so quite positive. 1.3% for the FTSE up, the DAC 1.42, and the CAC 2.14. Expectations, you'd have to say, in Australia is that the market will open up a lot higher, and that certainly bodes well for traders, and certainly had a strong night on SciComm. And then you can see that chart there, We closed up 122 points at 4,839, and that's certainly those targets which we've looked at. You can see there on the chart, and it looks quite strong. The daily chart on the SPY, I think, is very important, and I think the expectation, there it is there, you can see it right now. And look at that now, right up into resistance here. The key will be the break above this level here. That's 48.91 and 49.58, sorry, is that break which you want to look. That was that high which we had pretty much around the beginning of the year. So that's really important. Keep an eye on that. A lot of resistance up there. A lot of us are thinking whether or not the market has that ability to get through. But based on the data we've seen, also Glenn Stevens' comments, it's quite good that quite possible that it can. But let's monitor it. Obviously resistance there, 4,900 is resistance there, and of course 49.50, 60 is the key. A lot of people are starting to think this could be a head and shoulders type of move. Stay close to it. Righty-ho, so that good data, it's going to cause a little bit of a squeeze on commodities, and we feel that the commodity market is looking poised for a good move higher. You can see that just as we have a quick look at crude oil. Crude oil in itself had a good strong night last night, and let's go and have a look at the hourly charts. There we go. Because I think that you can really see the extent of that move which occurred there. And that's just coming up now. There we go. Good strong move. Looks strong, and looks strong, actually set to continue. We'll add to our positions on a break through that top side at 82.06. 82.15 is where we'll probably add as well. And we'll see what happens. If we did add to it, the stop for the trade will go in on the low of the day we get set. Okay, that's very important. That's part of a trading strategy which we always employ. So you can see crude up there, dollar index under a little bit of pressure, as you probably expect. We saw that come down just a little bit, still very volatile in a range, and failed on the top side there, and it looks as if she will come to the lower end. But it's still in a range there, so very hard to actually tell exactly what's going to occur there during the week. But I think that the idea is it continues to track sideways. A breakthrough now, which we thought was 80, but it held through that 79.50, dictates the next move. But at the moment, the fact that we've failed up here probably suggests dollar weakness. Okay, quick look at the Aussie battler. And, well, it's not such a battler, looking all right. There it is there. looks quite good. Good strong move there, top end of the range. It happens to take out that high through that 90, 70, 75. Then I'd probably think that you could add to positions. We're also long there, so add to positions on a break to that top side. I think it's not a bad thing. On the softs, the corns and the wheats, all still ranging. All looking to range there. And one thing which we want to look at, there's wheat there, ranging there. But I want people to have a look at sugar. Now this is a new one here which we've looked at. Now look at this chart on the daily basis. It's something that I think represents a good opportunity. There's that little bit of a bounce we've had. Good correction from way back here. This is in fact an hourly chart, and these sorts of things you can buy it with a stop below here. There we are, low below 21.13. It's not a bad little trade. Having a look at your dailies and your weekly charts, you can see that we are right into support, and that sort of thing I think is quite positive. There we are. There's the support we've got down here, and you'd probably expect some form of that to hold. Correction back up to 25, and then see what happens from there. But certainly weeklies, the daily chart in itself is suggesting that we're getting close to a low. But as I said, put your stop in there because it's important on things like sugar. You can see it there, much better defined in terms of where you put your stop. And this little area here is looking quite good. Okay, quite good indeed for a little bit of support. So that's sugar. So have a quick look at that. Now, in terms of economic data this week, in Australia, I guess the most important, working back through the days, what have we got? Nothing too major in the first part, but it's taken a lot longer than I thought to get back. Okay, there we go. Okay, in Australia, the data we're looking for. In Australia, basically, we've got unemployment this week, which is probably the most important. And I think that comes out on Thursday. So NAB business confidence out on Tuesday, but as you can see, I think the market will pretty much focus attention as we head on to Thursday, which is the major data for the week for Australia. And there we go, unemployment change, 15K. The rate's meant to stay at 5.3%, but have a look at that full-time employment. That's pretty important, and also that participation rate. So keep a close eye. In the States, we don't have a lot of data this week, and I guess the most important data we do have is out on Friday, and that is the retail sales. Just check that. I think it's retail sales. That's probably the most important one. Retail sales, advanced and business inventory. So that's the ones for Friday. But for Australia, I think it's that unemployment data to keep close to. The other bit of data we have out this week, which I do pay a lot of attention to, will be the Chinese data. That's the producer price, as you can see, retail sales and industrial production. So there we go. So there you can see there's a little bit of data this week out. We're still with our trend. We're looking at sugar. We're long crude. We're long the Aussie dollar. Looking to add on both of those. And we're also long gold from a way back. So we're still holding on to those positions. This week we're going to look for opportunities actually to add to our Aussie and also add to our crude positions. So let's see what happens. But that's about it from us. I hope you have a good week, and we'll talk to you next week.